All right, let's just jump right in. We are in the middle of maybe the biggest shift in how we find things online since search engines were invented. Seriously, we're going from a world of links to a world of direct answers, and it's all being powered by AI. And that one change, it flips the entire game on its head.
And that brings up a really important question for pretty much anyone with a website or a message to get out there. In this new AI-driven world, is your stuff even visible? Can the AI that's writing these answers even see you?
And this visual says it all. On the left, that's the world we've known for decades. The classic 10 blue links. The whole game, the only goal was to get someone to click on your link. But look at the right. That's the new reality. A direct AI-generated answer. The goal here isn't a click. The goal is to be cited, to have your information become part of the answer itself.
Now, to really get why this is such a big deal, let's do a super quick refresher on the world we all know so well. Search engine optimization. You know, good old SEO.
Look, the basics of SEO still matter. A lot. It's always been about these three big pillars, right? First, your technical setup. Is your site fast? Does it work on a phone? Then, your content. Is it amazing? Does it show what Google calls EEAT? That's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. And finally, authority. Are other trustworthy sites linking back to you? This is the foundation.
But here's the catch. That foundation, as important as it is, just isn't enough anymore. Now we have to learn a totally new playbook for this new AI game, and that's called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO.
So, what on earth is GEO? Well, put simply, it's all the stuff you do to make your content easy for an AI to find, understand, and then use directly in its answer. You're not trying to rank in a list anymore. You're trying to literally become a piece of the final answer.
This really is the heart of it all. The SEO goal was always about driving traffic to your website. We measured it in clicks. But with Geo, the goal is to get your information used in the AI's answer. The whole metric for success changes from did they click to was I included in the answer.
So you might be wondering, okay, but why do we need a whole new strategy for this? It all comes down to a huge technical problem that most people have no idea about. I'm talking about the AI crawler blind spot. Okay, so here's the techie part, but it's crucial. Not all web crawlers see your website the same way. Google's traditional bot is super smart. It can run all the fancy JavaScript, so it sees the finished page just like you do. But most of the new AI crawlers, they can't. They can only see the raw basic code, the initial HTML.
And the result of that is, well, it's terrifying. If your most important content, your data, your key points, your articles, if all that stuff relies on JavaScript to show up, then to an AI crawler, your page could look completely blank. All your best work just invisible.
Okay, deep breath. Thankfully, there is a very clear solution to this. It's called server-side rendering, or SSR, and it's pretty straightforward. Basically, your server does all the work of building the full web page before it ever sends it out. That way, a complete content-packed file gets sent to the crawler and boom, the AI can read everything instantly. Problem solved.
All right, so we've got the technical problem and we've got the fix. Now let's get to the fun part. How do we turn this into a winning strategy? It's time to open up the Geo playbook.
And the reason you'll want to pay attention is huge. We're talking about a potential boost of up to 40% in your content's visibility inside these AI answers. That's not a small improvement. That is a massive advantage. So where do you start? Where's the biggest bang for your buck? Well, the data is crystal clear on this one. The #1 most effective tactic is adding hard statistics to your content. Right behind that, weaving in direct quotes from experts. And then, clearly citing your sources. These three are the absolute heavy hitters. So let's just turn that into a simple to-do list, right? To make your content AI-friendly, first, swap out vague statements for actual numbers. Second, sprinkle in some great quotes from people who know their stuff. Third, link out and cite your sources properly. And finally, and this one's important, optimize for fluency. You're writing for a machine here, so use simple sentences and clear language that an AI can easily digest and repurpose.
So, when you put all of this together, where does it leave us? Well, it points to a future where success is all about a new kind of skill. A future that's all about what we call dual fluency.
And here is the single most important thing to take away from all of this. It is not a choice. It is not SEO versus geo. The winning formula from this point forward is SEO plus GEO. You need that solid foundation working hand in hand with these new AI-focused strategies.
You know, this quote from the original analysis just nails it perfectly. The future belongs to content creators who understand that optimization success now requires dual fluency in both SEO fundamentals and emerging geo strategies. That's it right there.
Which really leaves us all with one final question to think about. I want you to look at your own content, your website, your strategy, and ask yourself this: is it built to be clicked or is it built to be cited? Because the answer to that question is pretty much going to define your success in this new age of search.